Well, after losing 3-0 yesterday to Brighton, Gary Neville has gone ahead and really given his verdict onto Thomas Partey, Xhaka and other experienced Arsenal players. In here onto Rokani Media Football, we are here to bring you what he said and what our thoughts are on what Gary Neville really said onto these senior players of Arsenal. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Mikel Arteta has gone ahead and really apologized. He has eaten the humble pie to the fans of Arsenal and he has told them, I'm sorry. Did he need to do that? I'm going to come out and really give you my view onto that. And the last bit of it is Partey Vieira telling us the positivities that Arsenal have gone ahead to lift for this season that saw them put Man City until the final end of the season. And let's start it off. Rokani David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share. And guys, continue to subscribe because we want to hit 14,000 subscribers before we start off the transfer window that starts on the 1st of June. Now, Gary Neville had the following to say via Sky Sports that I think we've seen Gabriel Jesus, Thomas Partey, Xhaka, a couple of others have their weakest time of the season. They've lost their form and the older players have not been able to settle the young players who were inevitably always going to struggle in this moment through pressure. Gary Neville said, Thomas Partey has been a shadow of himself in the last few weeks. He has been nowhere near it. A large part of the season, he has been fantastic. His form and composure have deserted him at the most vital time. Now, before I discuss Thomas Partey, let me talk about how the old players failed to really gang up the young ones. I think I'm not going to go out and really slate these players a lot, but it's a matter of experience, you know. Experience is not bought, experience is gained. And everything Gary Neville is saying, it's what even Man City went through. I remember Man City was first bought by, is it Shinawatra, right? Shinawatra. And then I think it was around 2006, right? Then it's Shinawatra that sold Man City to the Abu Dhabi. But they brought in Sven Goran Eriksson. They really worked hard and a lot. They tried out very many times to go all out and win the league, but it never came to pass, not until the season of 2011-2012 when they won it on the last day of the league. You know, that Kun Aguero goal. So, when you look at the players that Man City had then, Edin Dzeko, Kolarov, Vincent Kompany, Kun Aguero, they had Yaya Toure, they had David Silva, Gareth Bale, Gareth Barry. So they had built a squad for some long time and they had brought in experienced managers. I believe if you give those last 10 games to Jose Mourinho, he'll get you that trophy. If you give them to Jurgen Klopp, I won't because he has gone ahead to bottle it very many times when he's really taking on City. If you give it to Carlo Ancelotti, you know, he wins you that because he knows exactly what to do, what exactly to tell his players to find themselves in a position of really giving out the best that they deserve in those games. And with Mikel Arteta, however much was at Man City, seeing exactly what Pep was telling his players in the final lap of the season, I think it needed some experience and some belief. Zinchenko and Jesus alone were not enough. I understand it. But it's something that comes with time. I think Arsenal have gotten to learn the hard way, but they've gone ahead at least to hit one bird with one stone, and they've missed out on the other bird. The bird they've hit perfectly to the ground has been Champions League football. They've gotten back to Champions League football. That is going to help them really sign some good and quality players. That is a huge positive. The other bird they've not hit of the title, I think they can try next season by getting in experienced players to add on to that. And I think it's really going to be so tricky on which players that Mikel Arteta should bring in. This time round, no inexperienced players, because they've gone ahead to put him off. Even you saw yesterday Jakub Kiwior, when his boot got off and went down, if he was experienced enough, he would have gone ahead to first head that ball. After heading that ball, then he would have found himself in a position of really conceding to whether he was stepped onto his foot or not. Now, on Thomas Partey, I understand. For the long run of the season, he has been a variable. He played very well. He looked great. But obviously, the form and composure deserted him in the vital time of the season. And that's exactly where Arsenal needed him most. And it was not that he was injured. It was not that Arsenal just couldn't play better, but his department and the defense let the team down because the forwards did their role. And by the way, I don't want to go hard a lot onto the forwards because they've gone ahead to do their job, but the defensive part really failed Arsenal, and I think that is something they should go ahead and really work on. So I think Partey is learning, and when he was at Atletico Madrid, when they lifted that league title, and they played, I think, until the Champions League finale, he had a lot of experienced players. They had lots of players that were really experienced. Koke, this other Spanish guy that really Saul Niguez that came into Chelsea. They had good players. Antonio Griezmann. They had lots of players that can lift the team to the next level. And I've seen people slating Odegaard that he couldn't rise up yesterday. And I told them that Odegaard raised up in other games. That meant other players should raise up in other games. But I understand it's good experience that Arsenal have really gotten. And I think they are going to get out disappointed. But obviously, I understand that at least they've gone ahead to achieve their ultimate goal of the club. Not because the players wanted to lift the trophy. That's it. Jesus Zichenko brought the idea, but it backfired towards the final 7 games of the season. That's it. Mikel Arteta has gone out and really apologized to Arsenal fans. Has told them, I apologize to Arsenal fans for letting them down. I understand diplomacy calls for this, for him to come out and really put in this, but I think it's uncalled for, because if there is an Arsenal fan who has not gone ahead to appreciate the work that Arteta has gone ahead to do, then football is not meant for you. Arsenal has been out of the Champions League for the last 7 years. They last played in the Champions League in 2016. Arteta last season was close, but he just failed to bring in one signing that really costed him after he really got rid himself of the centre forward, that is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. This season, they came in going hard in for the Champions League positions, and they really had to do the best, and they found themselves in a position of really playing into that position, and they've gone ahead to qualify for the Champions League. Seeing the Emirates full like that and fans supporting, roaring to the final minute of the game for the very many games Arsenal have gone ahead to play there, it was really encouraging, and it's one of those things that should come out and obviously be so much hail and about in the Arsenal side. And those that are really volatile about what happened are really out of their heads. Don't go out to blame Mikel Arteta, but praise him for what he's going to deliver to Arsenal, you know. And going to the Champions League is really good because it gives Arsenal in more money, helps Arsenal convince other players to come in, especially quality players. However much you convinced Zinchenko and Jesus, that means they can convince others to come in through and get the job done and dusted for Arsenal next season. And I think Arsenal are like 4 or 5 players away. If I thought Arsenal can really go ahead and really get in 5 players, then they'll find themselves in a position of really doing the best they deserve and really winning trophies next season. And Partey Vieira, lastly, has come out and had something to say about the team of Arsenal. He said, it's still a step up forward from last season. If we are all looking at Arsenal from last season and to talk about them challenging City this season, I don't think too many people would believe Arsenal would be here. That's it. To me, I had even given them a target of 90 points, but they're not going to really hit them because they were beaten yesterday. If they win their last 2 games, they can only gather 77 points. That is Arsenal, 87 points. That's it. So, thank you very much for watching through. And that is Partey Vieira coming in front, obviously telling us that about Arsenal. And obviously, no one really saw Arsenal go into the title battle, all title race with Man City. But obviously, City has quality players. They've done this again and again. Sorry about that. They've been competing with teams like Liverpool, and they've won it. No one has gone ahead to really see them stopped, apart from one occasion of 2019-2020. That's when Liverpool really won it. And they've continued to really look at a team that is still hungry enough, and they are going in for more signings. You know, they have to replace Ilkay Gundogan. Looks like Calvin Phillips has hit the dead end, and they might find themselves resigning another midfield or 2 more midfielders, and they are in for more players. That is a team known as Manchester City. So Arsenal needs to do things right, and I understand Xhaka, Partey are the senior players, but their seniority is not known into winning trophies, you know. Jesus and Zinchenko have won more than them. Even Jorginho has won more than them. And I think next season, they should start off knowing that it's not a 100-meter race. It's a marathon, you know. However much you win, or you top the table for 3/4 of the season, it doesn't matter if at all you really capsize and capitulate in the last quarter of the season. So guys, your thoughts on to Neville slating Partey are welcome in the comment section below. Would Mikel Arteta have apologized? That's a very huge question. And lastly, what do you think about Partey Vieira saying that Arsenal have really gone ahead to punch above their weight? I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. I sign out for now. See you later, my lovely mates. I'm out.